Good morning, children. Welcome back to the English class. Ma'am has already discussed the lesson and you all have done exercises A1, A2 and A3 from this lesson. Today we are going to continue with the same lesson and we are going to do some more exercises given. We are going to focus on the vocabulary section and on listening, speaking and writing skill exercises. All of you, please take out your real English book and open on page 71. On page 71, we have the vocabulary section, and today we are going to discuss something very interesting. We are going to see the difference between words which seem or look alike but their pronunciation and their meanings are different. So we have to know the proper pronunciation and the meaning. Now let us take two examples from the book Artist and Artist. One is with an E and one is without an E. Now the word artist means a person who makes dolls or paints dolls or paints some other things. But the word artist looks similar, but it refers to a person who is a professional entertainer like a dancer or a singer. So you must know when to use artist without E and when to use artist with an E. Now let us take one more pair from the lesson. Unearth and unearthly. Now these words also look similar, but there's a lot of difference between them. Similarly, you take the word unearth, meaning something found on digging. You have to dig the earth, and when something is found on digging, it is called unearth. But it is quite different from the word unearthly, which means mysterious or frightening. So we cannot use unearth instead of unearthly and unearthly instead of unearthed. We have to use them correctly. Now some more words they have given in the exercise, which is B1. You have to use a dictionary to find the meanings and pronunciation of the following pairs of words. And then after you have found the meaning and you know the correct pronunciation, you have to frame an interesting sentence with each pair of words. And what you have to do is use both the words in the same sentence. If the pair has two words, and pair will always have two words, the pair has to be used in the same sentence. An example is given. They have used unearthed and unearthly in one sentence. As the investigators unearthed the skeleton, we heard unearthly voices coming from a distance. Now, unearthed the skeleton means they dug up maybe a grave or they dug up somewhere else and a skeleton was found there. But as the investigators were unearthed the skeleton, we heard unearthly voices. That means some some mysterious or frightening voices coming from a distance. Now let us take the words given in exercise B1. The first pair is benefactor, beneficent. First pair benefactor, beneficent. Second, final, finale. Second pair, like artist and artist, it is final and finale. There's only a difference of E. Third pair, confident and confidant. Now here also only one letter is different. You have D-E-N-T in the first one and D-A-N-T in the second one. If you have a dictionary near you, you will please open, find out the meaning. You can pause the video, find out the meaning from the dictionary, write it in a rough notebook, or you can find out from the net. But you must find out the meanings of both the words in the pair. Now you can pause and find the meanings. And then we have three more words: precede and proceed. Precede and proceed. Please pay attention to the difference in meanings. Fifth is peak and peak. Fifth one is peak, P-E-A-K, and peak, P-I-Q-U-E. Now the sixth one is quiet and quit. The sixth pair is quiet and quit. Now what you have to do, I have told you, you have to pause your video, find the meanings of both the words in the pair. That means you have 12 words in all. Please write these meanings in a rough notebook. And if you don't have a dictionary, you can use the net and find the meanings of all 12 words. But all of you must have the meanings of all 12 words before we go on and do the next thing. Now the meanings. Please compare the meanings which you have found to the meanings I am reading. You can have different words. It's not compulsory that you should have the same words as me, but the meaning should be the same. A person who gives money or other help to a person or cause is called a benefactor. A person who gives money or other help to a person or cause is called a benefactor. Beneficent is generous. So now you will have to use both the words in the same sentence. For example, the first one, benefactor, means a person who gives money or other help, and the word beneficent means generous. You can use them in the same sentence. You can say his benefactor is very beneficent, or a beneficent democracy has many benefactors. So you see both the words have been used in the same sentence. Now final means last and finale means the last part of a show. Final means the last. You have the final round in recitation or spell bee or any other competition. That means the last round. And finale means the last part of a show. For example, the final results of the competition will be announced during the finale in September. The final results means the last results of the competition will be announced during the finale in September. Now you can change it and write another sentence using both the words in the same sentence. Now the third pair, confident, means feeling sure about being successful. When you are confident, you know you are going to do well and you are going to get good marks. Confidant is a person whom you can trust and you tell your secrets and you can depend on him. He is not going to go here and there telling your secrets to people around. So, although Salim was confident that he'd win, he told this only to his confidant Ajay. Salim was confident, or you can say I was confident about my performance, but I told this only to my confidant. Confident means you are sure about being successful, and confidant is the person whom you trust and you tell everything. Now the next pair is precede and proceed. Precede means come before, proceed means go forward. Precede means to come before and proceed means to go forward. The little adventurers decided to proceed further on the route as we planned on the preceding day. Preceding day means the day before. You can use precede and proceed. Proceed means to go on with something and precede is which comes before something else. You may have a preceding number, preceding day. You may even have some other things which precede the other thing. Now the next pair is peak and pick. Peak and peak. The highest point of a mountain is called a peak, P-E-A-K, and peak, P-I-Q-U-E, is the word for bitter feelings. So some members of the team went ahead and reached the peak, but the others complained in a fit of pique that they were left behind. So some of our members reached the peak, that is the highest point of a mountain, but then the others complained in a fit of pique. That means they had a fit of bitter feelings, they felt bad that the others had succeeded and so they complained. Now, quiet without noise and quit means leave. This I think is the easiest one. So, quiet means when you are quiet, it means there's no noise or without noise, and quit means to leave a show, a classroom, or any other competition. Sunil kept quiet about his decision to quit the job. Sunil kept quiet about his decision to quit the job. Now the meanings you know, the pronunciation you know. When I give you the prep, you will have to frame sentences of your own using each pair of verbs. And please remember to use both the words of the pair in the same sentences. So you are going to have 12 meanings, but you will have just 6 sentences because both the words have to be used in the same sentence. And you are going to do it in your notebooks. You will write the meanings of both the words and then frame sentences. Now the next exercise, which is on page number 72, that is B2. What you have is that some words are correctly spelled and some are incorrect. What you have to do is underline the word which has an error or which is not correct, which is wrong, and then you have to correct the spelling and write it down in the blank beside the sentence. Unnecessary, unimaginable, unavoidable. Second one, please underline in your book with a pencil. It is not difficult. You have to see all the 3 words. One word has an error, is wrong. So please underline that one. Done. Now we come to the second one. Mischievous, devious, delicious. Underline the wrong spelling. Now the third one. Superiority, magnanimity, eternity. Superiority, magnanimity, eternity. If you are not sure, you can pause the video and go and look up the spelling of that word in the dictionary and then decide and underline one wrong word. Now the next one, the fourth one is desirous, generous. The next one is desirous, generous, gracious. Desirous, generous, gracious. Please underline. Now some more. Distress, tigress, suppress. Distress, tigress, suppress. Underline the wrong one. Sixth group of words, decision, precision, mission. Sixth, decision, precision, mission. Which one is the wrong one? Please underline it. Now the seventh one. Grateful, helpful, spoonful. Grateful, helpful, spoonful. Underline the wrong one. And the last one, facilitate, accelerate, penetrate. Facilitate, accelerate, penetrate. Underline the wrong spelling. Now just write, think and write the correct spelling beside the word you have underlined. And if you have already done it, very good. If you have not done, I'll give you just 1 minute to do it. Please do it quickly. Or you could write, for the time being, you could write the correct spelling on top of the wrong word. Now let's see the answers. In the first one, the wrong word is unnecessary. It should have double N. You can see the right one on the right side. Second, mischievous. There's one mistake here. And after V, you should not have I. One I is extra. It is not going to be VIOUS. It is just VOUS. Then the third word, magnanimity. And what is the spelling? I is not here. So you have to add the I. Magnanimity should have an I in between M and N. N and M. Then the next one, sorry, desirous. There is one extra I. It is not RIOUS. It is just ROUS. Tigress. Again, there's one extra E. It is not tiger and S. It is just TIGRESS. Tigress. Then the next one, the sixth one, the word which is wrong is mission. SC is wrong. It should have double S. The seventh one is grateful. GREAT is wrong. It should be GRATE. And the last one, accelerate. The word should have double C, and here it is just single C. Got all the answers? Listening skill exercise now. This time we have a radio interview. You will hear a radio interview on shadow theatre in India. A journalist is interviewing an event manager, Mr. Rawat, who organizes shadow theatre shows across the country. Say whether the following statements are true or false. Everyone, please open your books on page 74. You have six statements. While I'm reading the transcript, you have to write true or false. You could even write T or F. First, let us read the statements. In shadow theater, the figures are visible. Second, the figures are mostly made of clay. Third, light plays a very important role in shadow theater. Fourth one, shadow theater is said to have originated in Turkey. Fifth, shadow theater continues to be a very popular means of entertainment. Last one, shadow theater is used to spread awareness about social issues among people. Now please keep a pencil in hand to write true or false, and you have to write when I'm reading the transcript. Journalist, Mr. Rawat, what exactly is shadow theater? Mr. Rawat, shadow theatre is close to puppetry, but unlike puppetry, where you see the puppets, here you see only the shadows of the figures. Journalist, and what are these figures made of? Mr. Rawat, these figures are usually made of leather. These are treated and painted with great care. Journalist, what is the main requirement of a shadow show? Mr. Rawat, the figures of course, but the projection of the light behind the screen is very important. It must be so adjusted that the figures form clear, sharp shadows. Journalist, what is the origin of this form of theatre? Mr. Rawat, it is believed that shadow theatre first began in India about 1,000 years ago. From here it travelled to other parts of the world like Turkey and Southeast Asia. Journalist, what is the significance of shadow theatre? That means what is the importance of shadow theatre? Mr. Rawat, this art, which has been used extensively for cultural shows, is slowly dying out. In places where it is still popular, it is used to depict stories from Indian mythology and at times to convey a message in order to spread awareness regarding social evils. Journalist, I do hope this creative form of theatre is kept alive. Thank you very much, Mr. Rawat, and I do hope your efforts to spread this art are well rewarded. Mr. Rawat, thank you. Now we have to see whether we have correctly written true or false, or we have made mistakes. So we must check our work. Now please keep your book open on that page and let us see the answers. The first one is, in shadow theatre the figures are visible. False. Only the shadows are visible. Second one, the figures are mostly made of clay. Is it true or false? It is false again. Mostly the figures are made of leather. Third one, light plays a very important role in shadow theatre. True. Fourth one, shadow theatre is said to have originated in Turkey. False. It is believed that shadow theatre first began in India about 1,000 years ago, and from here it travelled to other parts of the world like Turkey and Southeast Asia. So it is false. Fifth one, shadow theatre continues to be a very popular means of entertainment. False again. It is now not very popular. It is slowly dying. Now, the last one, shadow theater is used to spread awareness about social issues among people. True, it is indeed used to spread awareness among the people about social issues and to give them important messages. Now we go to speaking. Of course, you were supposed to work in groups of four students in each group, and you should have four students. Why? Because there were four subtopics, and you had to discuss in your groups. But now we don't have groups, so you can just think and write in a way that you want to speak about these things. First one is, which are the other areas of a culture that are dying out? One of these is the shadow theater. What are the other areas of our culture that are dying out? You can just write two or three. Which one would you like to preserve the most? Now, out of the two or three you have mentioned which are on the way to extinction or which are dying out, which one would you like to preserve the most? Means you don't want that to die down. Now, the third one, how would you contribute towards this endeavor? That means, how would you help in preserving the thing you mentioned should be preserved? And the last one, what are your views on dying arts? Dying arts could be anything, any kind of song, singing, dancing, painting, puppetry, shadow theater, anything. So please write these answers, just maybe two lines or one line, and write it in your rough note. Now we come to the writing skill. Gather information about puppets and puppetry in India and write a short essay about it. Now, short essay means you have to write at least three paragraphs. Short ones will do. And what are the things you have to cover in your essay? First, types of puppets which are used in India. So, you'll give a short introduction. What is puppetry or what are puppets? Then you will write the types of puppets used in India, then the role of puppet shows. Third, why the art of puppetry is dying out, means no one goes to watch puppetry so much nowadays. How this art can be encouraged and kept alive. And then you have to write the ways in which these people could be encouraged, they could be given some help, and the puppetry could remain alive or could be kept alive. Now, this you have to gather information from the net or from books and write again in at least three paragraphs. Give an interesting title because it is an essay, and you could add some more things of your own, but then these four must be covered. Now, when we meet for the next video, I'm going to start active and passive voice with you. So, the next time you must have your real English book and skill enhancer with you. Till then, that is all for today, children. Thank you. Till we meet again with another interesting video. Have a nice day. Thank you.